Welcome back to the Grow Your Nutrition Business podcast. At Healthy Steps Nutrition, we believe something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated, which is why we focus on a simple, habit-based approach. We know that helping your clients become the best and healthiest versions of themselves isn't just about what they eat or coming to the gym a few hours a week. We, as gym owners and coaches, have to focus on a holistic approach, looking at support systems, stress management, sleep, mindset, lifestyle, and of course, exercise and nutrition. I'm your host, Nicole Coyne, registered dietitian and founder of Healthy Steps Nutrition, CrossFit HSN, and HSN Mentoring. I'm also the author of The Basics of Nutrition Coaching, CrossFit Preferred Nutrition course. In this podcast, I'm going to teach you how to make one step at a time to becoming the best nutrition coach and building an awesome habit-based coaching program. We are wrapping up this series on the HSN mentoring framework. This is a framework that I talk about in a lot of engagements that I'm speaking at. We talk about either one, two pieces, or if I have enough time, I'll talk about all the pieces. We broke up each piece into a different episode. It's been really fun. We started off talking about pricing your nutrition program. Then we talked about packaging your nutrition coaching program, building it into a gym. Then we talked about people, training your staff, and also training a coach. Last episode, we talked about making nutrition physically present in your facility in conversations to increase engagement with existing members. But then we also talked about what does it look like with your online presence so that new leads come into your doors expecting nutrition to be a part of the conversation. You go from, I feel salesy, to people saying, yep, I'm coming to you because you offer nutrition, fitness, and accountability. Having a strong presence online about nutrition does also directly reflect your ability to build nutrition-only clientele as well. Today, we're talking about a professional experience. And I think this is the piece of the puzzle that when gym owners dial it in, they can scale their nutrition program infinitely. Why? Because you can deliver a professional and consistent experience time over time. What do I mean? When someone comes in, it's a similar experience. Let's relate it to the gym. If I go to my CrossFit affiliate and I go to a 6 a.m. class, the warm-up, the workout, the cool down, the question of the day, and the cues and what people should expect to get during the workout is the exact same as my 6 p.m. class. Why? We have systems, we have programming, we have lesson plans. I have to admit, it is not us. We use NC Fit, but it's all written out. Jason Klepa and our team write it all out for us. All our coaches do are facilitating that program. The same thing should go for your nutrition coaching program. It doesn't mean that every single plan is the same. It doesn't mean that every single action step is the same. It means it's a consistent experience. Check-ins are happening at a consistent experience. The delivery of your program is consistent. But I have to admit, it took me a long time to figure out. I didn't have templates for things. I was like writing on an empty piece of paper. When I was meeting with clients, I would write on a piece of paper and give them something that was handwritten. It was not a professional experience. But then we started systemizing things. And it forced me to do it when I hired the first dietitian that worked for us years ago. I think we hired our first dietitian to work for HSN in 2014, 2013. And I realized, man, if I want initial consultations to run a certain way, I need a template for what I want them to look like. If I want our clients to get something professional where it's not just me handwriting something, I need to create that handbook. If I want our clients to get value between in-person visits, I need to create what that looks like. I was talking to a nutrition coach today that has built her own nutrition coaching program. And she said, it's kind of just an informal conversation. I try to send videos, but I'm also doing like my full-time job and I have people texting and Facebook messaging and emailing me. And it's really tough to keep track of conversations. I was like, I hear you. I was there. You need a system. You need a platform. It's why we built the Healthy Steps Nutrition app. We use the Healthy Steps Nutrition app for 3 main reasons. The first one is tracking compliance and habits in the app. So when you meet with a client, you're doing an initial consultation. Hopefully the coach has a template for that where you're asking similar questions. You're figuring out how are we getting to the right habit for them that they're excited to work on, that they're going to stay consistent with. We put that habit in the app. The client checks it off. They can also take photos of their food. Notice I didn't say tracking their food. I don't like clients tracking macros. First of all, the actual accuracy of people tracking their macros is less than 20%. And then your value becomes like telling clients good job that they hit a number or figuring out why they didn't. And then they think that success revolves around hitting a number, when in reality, they're probably not logging the numbers right anyways. And then there's a huge correlation between disordered eating patterns because people start manipulating all of these things instead of actually just enjoying a treat when they want to have a treat and moving on. So what do we need to do? We like the app for tracking habits, having people take photos of their food, because then you can see in a pretty picture, is the client following the plate method? Is there protein? Is there vegetables? Is there balance on this plate, or is there not? Now, we do have to ask extra questions like, how did we prepare this? Were there any dressings? If they didn't have a picture of their drink in there, what else was going on? But it's simple to see, is there a balance? So habit compliance is in there. The next thing that I like our app for is for communication between in-person visits. Now, if you don't have a system in place, your clients are going to text, Facebook message, email you, and it's impossible to keep track of conversations versus having it all in one place. And expectations. This is another big thing. Professional experience also means standards and expectations. What should you as a coach have expectations for from your client or for your client? How quickly you're going to get back to someone. A good rule of thumb standard is 24 business hours. Expect to hear with me within 24 business hours and block out time on your schedule to respond back to messages so that you're not going back and forth all day long answering questions for your clients. So schedule time, block out an hour, 30 minutes every day, maybe even 10 if you don't have that many clients, to just go in and check really quickly, answer any questions there. So communication. Also check-ins. We recommend weekly check-ins for your clients every single week to track compliance. Did your client do what they said they were going to do? Here's the deal. When I started Healthy Steps Nutrition, we had a 1-month program and there wasn't a lot of communication. There wasn't a lot of like me checking in with people between the month. And if someone fell off around week 2, they didn't see me for 2 more weeks. Like they weren't compliant. They fell off or whatever happened. They weren't staying consistent with what they were working on. 2 more weeks went by. They're not seeing the results. And then all of a sudden your program didn't work when really they just weren't consistent. Versus having intentional check-ins with people every single week to see, did you do what you said you were going to do, or were there obstacles in the way? My recommendation is do these check-ins as video messages, exponential increase engagement. You know, we're all craving that connection with people. And when you know someone looked at what you asked them to do and they were consistent, you check in and you reinforce like, hey, Susie, awesome job for staying consistent, adding in vegetables for lunch. How did you feel in the afternoon now that you're having a little bit more volume, more fiber during lunch? And also, how are you going to stay consistent with that going into the weekend? I'm highlighting her consistency during the week. And we're also trying to plan out how you're going to stay consistent during the weekend, because we know the weekend is the toughest time for people to stay on track. So we want that professional experience, habit tracking, communication, and then education. So if you don't have a trickle of education between those in-person visits, you as a coach feel like a fire hose of information anytime you meet with clients. In the Healthy Steps Nutrition app, we just revamped all of the programs, and we're still adding more programs in there for individual coaching and challenges where every single day there's a different theme. Monday, we talk about nutrition. Tuesday, we talk about sleep. Wednesday, we talk about support system. Thursday, we talk about lifestyle. Friday, we talk about mindset. Saturday, we talk about kitchen tips. Sunday is a healthy recipe. Every single day is a 2-minute or less video, professional video, one of our dietitians on staff giving bite-sized education nuggets to people so they can listen to it. It comes from you. You're providing value between those in-person visits. So if you don't have the app, if you're trying to build all this from scratch, I would challenge you to think, what are you giving between in-person visits? You could create automated email sequences, I would recommend, with videos so that you're kind of building that relationship. Or if you're a gym owner, book a free call with us. We can show you the platform and see if it's a good fit for you to partner with us so that we can save you time and you don't reinvent the wheel. So the professional experience, the app to manage your clients, deliver, track consistency. You want a standard for how in-person meetings go. What does an initial consultation look like? What do follow-up visits look like? How often are we checking in with people? You also, as an owner, need to make sure our coach is doing what they should be doing. Are you QAing? Are you having some quality assurance to make sure habits are in there and things are tracked? This could fall off the wayside if you don't create intentional time for it and have a structure for this. One of the things that we do at HSN as part of the training process is we do coach evaluations. This is the final step of the training. And it basically is a quality assurance to ensure that the coach is able to apply all of the information that they learned to deliver a professional experience to your members. Because the thing is, when you're doing coaching in a CrossFit gym or any type of class, you can drop into the class and see, is this the experience that you want or is it not? And we need to level up and coach up some coaches so that you are delivering the experience you want. In a nutrition coaching section of your program and coaching program, it is very tough to see what's going on between in-person visits. Unless you are doing all of the sessions through Zoom and they're recorded and you can see, okay, that's an easy way. But if they're in person, you don't have cameras that you're going to go back and review all of those things. It's tough to know. So the only way you could know is either signing up to do the program yourself, right? To see if that's the experience. A coach evaluation. We do coach evaluations annually and also as part of the training. We give you the rubric, or there's no guesswork on how this looks. But I want to ensure if our program is written, backed by licensed dietitians, I want to make sure that all these coaches are representing our program well. It looks good for you, but it also is important for us that we're all meeting the same standard here. So, you want to make sure that we are delivering that professional experience. And then it's really important as you add coaches to support the role, right? If someone steps out from a nutrition coaching role or someone reaches their capacity and someone else steps in, we need it to be a consistent delivery of the program. If you're passing clients from one coach to another, you want an easy pass off. What do follow-up visits look like? What do notes look like? So it's easy to know what are clients working on, what's the clear path that you're creating with them, and what are some barriers, what are some obstacles, what are they wanting, what are their goals, why is it important to them? We need some clear understanding and some notes in the system so it's easy for you to pass off your clients. Creating a professional experience is really important. So many gym owners, so many coaches that don't have these pieces of the puzzle dialed in are spending so much time on the back end trying to create stuff every single week, and they're essentially creating from scratch. Email templates are a really good thing too. If you have to replicate something every single time a new person signs up, make a template for it. Save a template email so that all you have to do is click a template, grab the template, and then auto goes in there and you don't have to write the whole thing from scratch. Those little simple tricks will save you so much time. Other standards for saving time for nutrition coaches, have nutrition hours of the week, right? A 3-hour block one day, a 3-hour block another day, book people back to back. It's a different mindset that you go into with nutrition coaching than fitness coaching. Nutrition coaching is very small as actually the nutrition. So much more is all the psychology piece and all the other stuff that is going on that's influencing those nutrition decisions. So we need to have consistency around that experience. So, big picture, map out what your client journey looks like. have as many pieces of the place, SOPs written out. Clarity is kindness. If we're clear, we're going to be able to deliver that professional experience and hold our coaches up to the standard that we want. And they're going to feel really confident delivering that service when we have set that standard. If you are thinking, Nicole, this sounds like way too much work, I don't have time for that, that is exactly why we created HSN Mentoring. HSN Mentoring is a turnkey solution to help gym owners build, launch, and grow nutrition coaching programs. Every single mentor on our team has run our program successfully, has delivered the program for years, and then they're the cream of the crop, and we invite them to come on our mentoring team to help support and pay it forward and help more gym owners build, launch, and grow nutrition coaching programs. The way I see it, start within your gym. Get people started. Many gyms will launch with a nutrition challenge to kickstart their program, recoup the cost of the initial investment, and convert at least 50% of those people to ongoing coaching. Next thing that we're doing is revamping your front end offer so that you guide people to nutrition, fitness, and accountability on day one. You're not reselling them later. And then the next thing is those nutrition only clients, as we start gaining success stories, gaining traction, talking about nutrition, explicitly saying, hey, you don't have to be a member of our gym to do our nutrition coaching program. You're going to get people starting with the nutrition only. Many of our gyms use something that we call nutrition talks, virtual nutrition seminars, where they host a virtual nutrition seminar. They have people register for it. They present this nutrition seminar. We give you the presentation, the speaking notes, the recording. You just deliver it. And then you call people to action at the end, sign up for our individual coaching program. You want to make it so easy for people to get started with you. You want to make it easy for them to stay consistent. We know consistency is the driver of results. I know that when people have a habit-based, holistic coaching program paired with accountability, their results are going to be so much better than just starting with fitness. And ultimately, we all are here for one reason. We've dedicated our lives to helping people transform their health and their lives. And when we can do this in a simplistic way, we're going to make such a greater impact in our community. Thank you so much for joining us for this podcast series all on the HSN Mentoring Framework. If you are looking to partner with us, click the link in the show notes. All you have to do is book a free call. We'll chat. If you have a coach in mind, awesome. Bring them to the call too so we can all be on the same page. The process after that is super simple. You sign up online, you start going through the training, and most gyms are up and running within 5 to 6 weeks of signing up. So we're going into the summer. Get through the training, launch a challenge in the fall is kind of the game plan for a lot of the gyms going through the training right now and revamping the intake process. So new people are getting started with individual nutrition coaching paired with fitness and accountability. Hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. We will see you back next week. Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review. It really helps this podcast reach more people. See you next week.